It's a quick message to all the Apple fans who are a little disappointed that I said that the Z Flip 3 is the better device for video. I think a lot of the analogies that I see from Apple fans is just that you're still reading the brochure and you don't want to see things for what they are. So let me just give you this video like this. This is the Z Flip 3, the winner of that battle. This is just my perspective on these devices. What I'm starting to see is a lot of people say, oh, yeah, I have both devices, something's wrong with yours, or you're doing it wrong. The fact of the matter is, the iPhone 13 Pro is a fantastic device. The iPhone 13 Pro cannot produce really good footage in low light, and it doesn't produce good footage indoors, in buildings, inside, with just regular natural light. It can't do it. I've proven this number of times before, so I wanted to put up another video just to kind of point these things out. This isn't like a put down or a brag, because when you consider it, I'm an Apple user too, so I don't understand why people get so offended by the footage that comes out. I mean, you guys really get your feelings hurt, and it shows in the way you respond to things. It just really shows in the way you respond to things. When you lash out with anger first, or you always just come back with some weird, lame excuse as to what I did wrong with the phone. But end result is, I think you just need to hold that L. The Z Flip 3 is the better device, period. And it has better cameras. And when I did the camera comparison, now I'm speaking of the cameras, but when I did that camera comparison, so many people, I can see that they were pissed off just based on the way they were responding, instead of just looking at the footage and stop telling me that I can't compare these. You're not allowed to compare those because it's not the same type of device. My device, my iPhone, doesn't do that. There's just a number of reasons that I think people came up with when I clearly state, in this comparison, the iPhone lost. And in many comparisons, the iPhone loses when it comes to doing video in certain situations. I think you guys really need to get out of this marketing mode that Apple has you in and believing that you can do some of the things that they're doing with these devices. It's totally fake, man. I mean, real consumers are buying these devices, and there's a lot of people in the tech community that go to battle for Apple, instead of trying to critique these things and let Apple see this is what your product really does. It's not like what you showed on video. Don't get mad at creators for putting this stuff out there. If you want to have this perfect experience every time, you should probably just go have it by yourself, because I don't think that's not the real world. The real world is Apple phones are really good. They take really good photos. They're not the video kings that everybody always says they are. It's just not realistic. They don't have the best video cameras. And I think what's more surprising is, I think the fact that there's always been this underlining beef between Samsung fans and Apple fans. You guys really should get over it. Like, I don't think I've ever said that the Samsung Z Fold 3 was just a better device than the iPhone 13 Pro. But if I did, so what? Who cares? That's just how I feel about it. So with me holding both devices and me shooting this footage, some of you guys are still in denial, and you're just running through the comment section in disbelief that I'm doing something trickery or something like that. The iPhone loses in a lot of areas when it comes to video, period. Just accept it. It's not a taunt or anything like that. Like I pointed out, something as simple as this phone has a cover display. You have to frame your shot with the iPhone when you're shooting with the rear. You have to hope that you're in frame. You should turn on wide angle and then hold the phone closer to you, and then you'll be in frame. But with the Z Flip 3 and the Z Fold 3, and I'm not advocating for the Samsung devices, don't take it like that. But I'm just saying, in the comparison, it was, it just wasn't close to me. Now, the weird part is, when I compared my iPhone 13 to the iPhone 13 Pro, none of these people were around, because it was Apple and Apple. And I didn't do as much talking in that video. I just kind of let the tech do the talking. And you've heard that terminology before. But with Samsung, the Z Flip 3 and the iPhone 13 Pro, I feel like I'll get a little bit more commentary. But I think that's what hurts people's feelings, to hear another person say. And let's be clear, your feelings are hurt if you get upset with me for saying the Z Flip 3 has better cameras than the iPhone 13 Pro. Your feelings are hurt because instead of you responding with, show me, Or here's another classic one I've heard is everybody else who's shooting video on YouTube, the other creators, their videos are better than yours. They're not saying what you're saying. Follower. I'm not calling you a sheep like some people do to try to insult you. I'm just telling you you're a follower, because just because 50 other people say something is right, it doesn't mean that it's right. You have to learn to navigate YouTube and walk your own path. And so me purchasing these devices has nothing to do with whether I got them for free or not like that. Even if I would have gotten both devices for no cost, like if Apple would have sent me the iPhone and Samsung would have sent me the Z Flip 3, the video footage would have turned out the same. And my analogy would have been the same. But since I bought both of them, some people think that, that makes a difference. I'm gonna tell you something, as a creator for the last 15 years, 10 seriously, it doesn't matter if you got a device for free or not, you cannot fake certain things. Like when the Pixel 5a went bad, people love to clown about that. They clowned about it. They clowned about it and they just tried to rip it a new one. I joined in. I said, hey, I am having some heating issues. You cannot deny these things. So, all you Apple fans out there that are and it's not, okay, now when I say all you Apple fans, I don't mean all Apple fans. What I mean is the people who have no real value in the conversation, and all you're saying is insults or no, I disagree with you because you're doing it wrong, or those types of comments. Everybody else who's commenting with a valid piece of information, respect. But to those out there who just, with these silly, childish verbal attacks, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, and I think you sound crazy and you look crazy in the comment section typing out insults, or typing out you're doing it wrong and all these other creators did it right, and like, hey, if that's how you feel, I have no quarrels with the way you feel. But I feel like if you're an Apple fan, show a little bit more respect for yourself instead of looking like a kid in the comment section complaining about one creator's video and how he's doing it wrong or she's doing it wrong. I am not the first person to point out that the iPhones have bad cameras, and I won't be the last. But when comparing to other devices, because this is just one comparison. Wait until Google gets it right with their video. I mean, really gets it right. I've always kind of given Google a hard time about video up until the Pixel 4. The Pixel 4 had fantastic video. But after that, it's still kind of, it's not the best. But, come on, man, get it together. I had a guy say, I have several, what I did actually on my community tab, I posted that, the Z Flip 3 had better cameras than the iPhone 13 Pro. Little did those people know, I had already shot the video and I was actually editing it, which is why I made that post. And instantly, every comment was, yeah, you're smoking and all these childish things. Stop drinking Drano, all kind of silly stuff. It's on my community tab, and you can see those comments because I didn't delete them. There was one guy on there thinking I was going to get mad or block him or saying I'm mad. I think that's a good one. Like I told him in that community post, I said, that's all you guys have is to come back, oh, are you mad? That's because you're behind the keyboard and you really don't have a voice because you're not a creator. So you may have just that one device, and even after looking at that footage, you still couldn't accept it. But I enjoy going back and forth, having a conversation with people online, because that's, like I've said before, that's all you have is the comment section. So I'm not gonna bash you. I'll let you do that childish stuff like trashing and talking and cursing people out. I'll let you guys handle that who actually do that. But to the people out there who actually understand what they're watching and don't just watch the title and then comment, because that's another common one that I see. But let me just end like this. It's not all Apple fans. It's not all. It's just those ones that seem to think that their answer is the right answer. Now, if a person comes onto the comment section and says, hey, I completely disagree with you, I'd be like, okay, respect. I don't disagree with you because you disagree with me. But I always just say, look at the footage if I'm talking about cameras. And one thing I need to point out, every time I see someone doing a vlog with an iPhone, it's outside. It's never indoors. Most people who vlog, I guess it depends on who you are, what you're doing. If I'm gonna vlog with a device, it's gonna be indoors. The most I'll be outside with is on my back patio. This is where my vlog will be, out here. I won't go any further than this. I'm not gonna walk down the street vlogging and talking like this. And if I were to do that, I would want to get something better than a freaking iPhone and better than the Z Flip 3. a real camera, a point and shoot, the ZV-1 or, the A6100, something, get a real lens on there. But the reason the iPhone 13 Pro really loses to the Z Flip 3 and probably other Samsung cameras is all the filters, having the cover display, like for the Samsung devices that have the cover display. And to those people, and that's just a few, you got director's view, you got a bunch of different things about the Samsung devices, the Samsung Z Flip to be specific, that it just does better than the Apple, aside from the quality. The Apple footage is too soft, too warm, and I have had people tell me, well, you can change the way the photos look on Apple. I know this, I did it, I put it to cool, and it's still bad to my standards. It's not good. And I think that's what people really need to understand is when you're watching something from a creator, that is just that person's point of view. Don't take it so personal. And a lot of the responses from people are, oh, you're getting mad. No, I think you're probably shocked that I actually responded, because all these creators that you praise and think did such a great job by putting out one video and then just showing you all these things that appear to be so positive, that's what you want to see. You want somebody to toot your horn like that. And like I've told many people, if that's what you're coming to this channel for, you're in the wrong place, because I'm not going to just put out a video to put down the device, but the titles of devices or the titles of videos, sometimes it is to draw you in. Let me be clear. I titled it that way. I could have just put, Samsung Z Flip versus iPhone 13 Pro. But, you want to draw people in. I am a creator and I like to have fun with this stuff. So you want to draw people in. So that title alone got people thinking. And I guarantee a lot of people who watched that video, there was iPhone people, didn't make it through the entire video. They just looked at the title and start typing, which is natural. And then some of the people who commented on these posts, their comments have nothing to do with the video. Like, oh, you can't compare these because one's a flip. I'm like, what the heck is this person talking about? No disrespect, but that doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to respond. A lot of times I respond like, what are you talking about? Don't think because I'm a creator and you think I need your clicks that I'm actually just going to let you say whatever you want to say. And don't think I'm mad either. That's the silliest, childish thing I could ever think of. Oh, you're mad. Why would I be mad because you typed out that I'm wrong? Tech do the talking. I stand firm on what I said. The Z Flip 3 has better cameras for video than the iPhone 13 Pro. And again, folks, stop falling for this marketing hype by everybody. Samsung, what's weird, because Samsung never marketed the Z Flip 3 to have these powerful cameras. They just put it out there and they focus more on it being a flip, right? Cameras turn out to be fantastic. This cover display is beast mode. And that's what I'm using right now. This whole video is filmed on the Z Flip 3. It's incredible footage. This is where the iPhone needs to be in order to be good. Outside in the brightest light ever. And right now, you know what? It's not even sunny. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Look at this. It's cloudy out. It's been raining for the last 3 or 4 days. And look at how good this footage looks. It's beautiful. I'll say this. Apple fans, and right now it's just the Apple fans, because sometimes I'm an Apple hater, sometimes I'm a Samsung hater, sometimes I'm as a creator, this is what you go through. You go through being a hater of something if you don't tell people things to stroke their ego. But I will say this, you current Apple fans, all those people out there that are hating, like, you guys are the real haters, because you're too busy focusing on what you think I'm doing wrong, or that I'm just over here trashing our devices' cameras. In reality, I think you really have some soul searching to do. I always tell people this, you got some real soul searching to do if you're mad at another person for their view on something. Now, one other thing I wanted to point out on the Samsung Z Flip 3 is you can control the camera with gestures. You can start and stop the camera with gestures. It's just better quality footage. Now, you give me some pointers if you want to on how to make the iPhone 13 Pro's cameras better. Because Apple seems to have a lot of people fooled. Apple has you fooled if you think those are the best cameras on a smartphone and for video. And I haven't even put it up against any of the current upcoming devices. And you know what I'm talking about. I can't wait to see how the comment section turns out for this one. Take care.